Hey, it's Sid the intern, and I'm here.
Wait, I just put my leg up right at the beginning of this, like, hello.
Dude, you got funky socks too? We're living.
Like, get stuff all over my pants.
So you just recently flew from Calgary, which was your last show.
Yep.
How was that show?
It was wicked. Really fun.
What's going to make tonight better than last night?
The rain.
Yeah. We're at an outdoor venue today, so it's a little rainy out. So
and
we're
in Vancouver, so it's always
Vancouver
raining out.
Makes
Rain
it work.
City.
You said you're not good at videography, but it looked like it was so subtle, but it was really artistic at the same time, and you love painting as well.
Yeah, like it's not so much like I can really get down on like ideas and like the general storyboard. It's just like I don't know how cameras work. Like there's so many things like at 4K, 10K, 1000K,
All these different lenses,
a
and it's
million
just,
K, KK. I don't know. So yeah, I was like these are the shots that I liked, and then that just bred that idea. But yeah, I mean the cool thing was like for all those projection shots, like David and Ben, the two guys that I really collaborated with on the video, they just came over, handed me like a Super 8 camera and like left, and then me and Kat, oh my gosh, sorry, I almost knocked over our friend here. Yeah, they just handed us a Super 8 camera and we just like hung out and like took videos of each other, which was weird, but we did that. And then a lot of the footage was just like us like being together on a Super 8 camera.
Nice. And a lot of your artistry, it really resonates in your music. Like your lyrics and everything are so complex. How do you like make it seem so subtle to go into your lyrics? Like, I don't know.
How do I make my ideas subtle in my lyrics?
Yeah, like all your stories and everything. You just make them so easy.
It wasn't always like that. And I there actually there was a really good lesson that I learned, growing up and really getting, I guess, better at writing was like, what are you writing about? Is a question I always ask myself when I'm writing. And I think that I have like an endless pool of crazy things that I can talk about in a lyric. Like I just was writing a lyric in my head about something with a train and then industry and then like a pot. I don't know. So I can do that all day though. And so I think the thing that brings it all together and makes it like subtly creep into someone's brain is like a narrative. And that's what's really exciting about pop music. Like, and you can say whatever you want about pop music, but 3.5 minutes of trying to make a song is like a really cool parameter, because that parameter like gives you the restraints that like allow you to sort of like, yeah, I have a million ideas, but I need to pick like 3 of them. Mm-hmm. That selection, I think, is art in and of itself. So
also your new music, you've been working on some new music as well, working in the studios. Do you do most of the production for your own music?
It depends. Like if I'm working on just an idea that I have and I have to get it down, like I will. I did just recently do a song, produce it, and send it to the label. Like I didn't have it, and then they were like, oh, this is really good, we need to like fix a little production things. And then I called my producer and he was like, oh, cool. And then we hung out and he really helped me with it. But that was really fun. And yeah, when I'm writing, a lot of the time I'm like, I just will make the thing and then send it in, because you can do that now. I mean, if you get Ableton and a laptop, like you can really make a full sounding tune really, really fast. Excuse me, I ate a lot of sour keys today. No, I was just in the studio, and I really like to not have to do that, because sitting in front of a computer to me is not inspiring. I'd rather like someone else be making a track and I'm thinking of lyrics, and then I'm like, ooh, I have an idea. And then I go outside and like, I just was on my phone today and because I was in a writing session the other day and I saw like, I have like this, I wrote down this thing for lyric inspiration, but it's literally like, it's like a note and you can just keep scrolling. Like I just ranted onto a note. So that's like, I find that way more inspiring than like, okay, where is this like clap sound gonna go? And then I'm gonna like make it so that it reverses and like,
So you don't like overthinking?
No, it's just, I overthink once the song is great. Like if I feel like, okay, this song is great and it's so close, then I'll have no problem like sitting next to, Togs, who it produces most of my records, well, all of my records. And, like sitting next to him and just being like, okay, this is like, really like trying to like get it perfect. But yeah.
Do you find yourself writing more when you're on the road or like when you're back on your rest time?
I find a lot of my inspiration comes from the experiences I have on the road, and like I do write down stuff, but I don't know. I mean, like I think the best advice to any artist is like you have to live, and then you have to write about what you're living, and it's like this is my life. So I'm not really too much like trying to put it into words. I'm just trying to like experience it, and then once I'm like, this is my writing time, whether it be at home or if I go to LA or Nashville or something, then it's like, okay, now I'm going to put all that crazy stuff that happened to me into 3.5 minutes of sparkly pop music for your ears.
Okay, I have a game that's kind of inspired by Ripple Effect.
Okay.
It's called The Continuous Story.
Okay.
You probably know your
Yes,
track list.
I've played this, I believe.
Have you? Okay.
Well, maybe you have some cool way of doing it. I'm not sure.
Okay, so you probably know your track list there.
Okay.
I'm gonna say one sentence that includes one of the song titles.
Oh, that's
You're gonna
so
have to try
fun.
to do it too.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna keep going back and forth until the end of the story.
Okay.
Do you want me to start or do you want to start?
You can start it.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Scott Helman, and he enjoyed flying kites.
But things got kind of complicated when he fell on his butt.
Why did things get complicated, you might ask? Maybe because he had a sweet tooth?
21 days later, Scott awoke to the vision of a beautiful young raccoon.
Ooh, and this raccoon kind of fell out of nowhere after a ripple effect, and there was just a bunch of other raccoons as well.
So now we have a bunch of raccoons that a guy who fell on his butt is looking at 21 days later. And they celebrated this wonderful event with some PDA. I'm uncomfortable. We'll just keep going. Just look at the camera. Just keep going.
And I guess the raccoons ended up going into a Chinese restaurant with Scott. Yeah.
But all of a sudden, the lights turned low, too low. The fluorescent lights, they were low, and they became gas lights.
I guess it was so dark.
That's a hard one. No, this is hard. You get this.
And one of the raccoons ran away, and Scott got mad at one of the raccoons and said, "You made her like this."
Nice. And that raccoon said, "No, it's because you weren't paying attention. You were distracted. Your ADHD got the better of you. You know what you were distracted doing? Something so menial, such as origami."
Ooh. Should I give you the last one to do?
Yeah, I think I can nail this.
Yes, go.
So Scott went out. He traveled long and far to find the missing raccoon. And then on the ground, he found a house key, a small silver house key. And the house key had an address on it. And so he Google Maps to this address, and he went to the house, and he opened the door, and all the raccoons were there, and they said surprise, because little did we know, it was his birthday.
What? And they also were all eating tikka masala chips.
Ooh.
We'll end it off with that.
Wait.
And if you don't know, Scott has a song called Tikka, which is just like that.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Scott Helman, guys.